I got a mic. As you can see, we're on Apex Legends again, and the new Holiday event's coming out. I already posted a video on the new LTM Winter Express. I love it. It's one of my favorite LTMs in the game right now. It honestly might be one of the best LTMs, my cat, ever. Actually, it's my favorite LTM besides solos. So you might be wondering, I was thinking of going through every legend and just giving a quick rundown, because I like doing I like just giving a quick rundown of each legend, their powers, you know, and how I play them. I know most people don't really do this and probably don't really care. I'm gonna get to the LTM after this. This is Bloodhound. Basically, well, I'm not gonna play, like, I'm sure, I know if you've ever played Apex before, I'm sure you know how Bloodhound works. Basically, he can track people's footsteps and stuff. He can also scan the area and like mark people. Like, he can see behind walls and stuff. He's pretty, I mean, he's good, but where he really shines, to be honest, in my opinion, is his ultimate. So his ultimate, what it does is it puts him in this mode that allows him to run faster, gives him a greater movement speed, and everything goes gray, and it highlights any enemy in red and their footsteps. Also, your scan, so basically, like, if I scan right, the cooldown is 20 seconds, which is pretty standard. You know, most tacticals take 20 seconds, but let me wait for this to recharge. This laser. So I use my ultimate. See, everything's in red. You get it for 35 seconds. Everything becomes red. You move really fast, and your scan cooldown becomes 7 seconds. 7 seconds. What most, like, people fail to realize with Bloodhound is that his scan is really useful to notify your team of enemy locations. People just don't do this. People don't ever scan when they have their ultimate active. But it's really useful, especially with that cooldown. You know? That can come in clutch in some games, but every time I see a Bloodhound activate the ultimate, they just don't ever do it. Now, I don't know if it's because they don't feel like it or because they don't do it. But it's a very core part of the ultimate that people just don't do. I mean, also could be because I play in pubs, and pubs is like awful. But that's Bloodhound. Okay, he's a pretty high tier legend if you know how to play him right. Some people will just never scan, which doesn't really make any sense to me, or they'll scan and wait, like they'll waste their scan when no one's around, so when you get into a fight they just don't have it. Or, like I said, some people will have their ultimate out and not be constantly scanning, which is what you want to do, because you can constantly update the location of, you know, your enemies to your team, which helps your team out, and it helps you out, because you can see enemies through walls and then rush them with your ultimate. So the next character we're going to be looking at is Gibraltar.
I'm back in action, boys. Let's do this, brothers.
So Gibraltar is the defensive legend. I think he's like the main defensive legend. He's the shield guy, is what I should say. So basically, everything with him is about shields. So basically, like, his passive, as you can see, it puts up a shield wall. So if the enemies are shooting at you, so say this guy's shooting at me, right? He's gonna have to break this shield before I start taking actual damage. I mean, his shield only takes, I think like 100 hit points before it breaks or something like that. It's something like really, I mean, it's something like really small, but it does do quite a lot. Not quite a lot, but it could come in clutch, you know, in a firefight. Of course, this doesn't help you if you're getting shot from the back or something like that. The shield's not gonna help you. But you know what will help you? Your dome shield. So the dome shield is just a giant protective dome that you heal faster in. Okay. Well, Apex is cracked. Let's go. It does this sometimes. Okay, nope, sorry about that. Apex being gay, I suppose. So as I was saying, Gibraltar is the main defensive legend of the game. and he heals faster while in his shield bubble. That's one of its many properties. It does a lot. Basically, any damage that comes in and out of it, you know, it doesn't. No damage can, like, no bullets go out and no bullets come in. So you mainly use it to heal up in the middle of a firefight. You know, if you're in a big open field and you plop your bubble down, you can pull off some quick heals. You know, Wraith can plop a portal in there. You guys can get out. It can be useful. Like, let me show you. So basically, let's say, you know, I get hit with a thermite. Something like that. And I'm in the middle of a firefight. Say I get hit with the thermite, I'm in the middle of a firefight. I can plop my ultimate down. And as you can see, there's a little dome thing above my shielding icon. I heal faster. Or I think your heals take a shorter time to charge. When that goes away, you know, your heals go back to normal. And his ultimate actually is a strike bombardment. So basically what happens is he throws down you'll see it right now. So he has this little can. Wherever he throws it, the radius inside of it, you know, will become a blast zone. So what most people will do, like myself, you know, you toss the ultimate and then throw down the dome shield. And so all protects you from everything. This guy, you know, he's getting hit with this ultimate. I'm perfectly fine. So then he's low. I come out and laser. You know, I mean, that's a very simple term, but that's how I like to play Gibby. You know, you gotta protect your team. I mean, I do play offensively. That's mostly how I play this game. But I also think that a Gibby should be in the back, protecting his team, throwing out dome shields when needed. Don't throw a dome shield. Like, if someone's shooting, don't throw a dome shield on them unless they're getting lasered. Because, like I said, it blocks any incoming damage going outwards, too. So, say, like, we're in a firefight, and my teammate has this guy almost dead. And then right before he hits the last shot, a dome shield pops up. And then that guy can go do whatever he wants, right? That can be, you know, that can really screw up a team, you know what I mean? That stuff like that, it can throw a game. But that's how I play Gibby. Next up is Lifeline.
Breathe easy. I'm coming in.
Not much to Lifeline. I mean, I don't want to say not much to her because she's one of the best legends in the game. I'd say she's probably the best pub legend in the game right now. But basically, Lifeline's the healing character. So basically, say again, like, you know, I think you get the gist. Say I take damage to my health. This is not heal shield damage, by the way. Oh shit, I might die. I was about to say, oh, I might die here. So basically, you're in a firefight, you know, your team needs heals. You don't have any health heals. Boom, your drone comes out, heals you. That's her tactical. It's good. It heals it at a fast rate. So, you know, if you're at like a very low health, hit a syringe or something like that. If I'm correct, I think she also heals faster. Nah. Her passive is also very good too. Basically, when someone's down, she can throw Doc down to heal them. So basically, you can still fight while you're rezzing somebody. And if you have a gold packback, which lets you res people with half armor and half health, those effects of the gold backpack get transferred into that heal. So you're rezzing someone in the middle of a firefight, the res gets off, that person now has a good chunk of health and shield. Instead of having like a fourth of their health left, or like a fifth, they now have a sizable amount of health to go push the enemy team if they went down or something like that. But her ultimate, I mean, I don't know about this, but her ultimate doesn't really make any sense to me. It's a care package, right? But it doesn't have any weapons or anything. It carries, I think it's a guaranteed purple shield, syringes and shield cells, and then some sort of attachment. Some sort of a couple attachments. Oh, I must have been mistaken. Oh no, yep, there's the purple Evo shield. So I guess those attachments can be equated to like a backpack or something. But as you can see in this care package, we got purple Evo shield, a purple backpack, and then some shield cells. Now, I mean, early game, this kind of loot can come really in handy, especially like a purple backpack if it's not in crafting rotation, which I think it always is, but I'm not for sure about that. So basically, that's the essential lifeline. A lifeline, I mean, you can push with lifeline. Don't get me wrong. Lifeline, you can, say you're in a firefight, this guy's almost dead, but you're really low. Toss out your health prone to heal. Peek, you kill him, you're healing. Unlike Gibraltar, she can actually fight. She can, like, actually get into a fight and, like, support her team while they're in the fight. Instead of Gibraltar, where his moves aren't really designed for that. I mean, the dome shield, of course, is, but it blocks all. It's not like Rampart's barricade, where, like, the damage going out deals more. Everything's negated. So, I mean, it's good in the middle of, like, an open field fight, but a up close firefight, people are just gonna go in that shield and shoot you. Like, it's kind of, you kind of want to use it in, like, a more back off sense. So, like, say, someone throws a Gibraltar ult on you, or like a fucking Bangalore ult on you. Throw down that shield. It blocks from any damage trying to hit the shield. The only thing that I could see a problem with it is that Bangalore missiles can go into your shield. So, say you're, like, near a missile, throw your shield, and it'll block the damage that goes, like, into your shield. So that's a lifeline. Next, we're gonna move on to our boy Pathfinder.
From the sky.
He is a pretty fun character. I'd say since they buffed him in Season 7, he's become playable. I mean, Season 6, I think any person will tell you that Pathfinder was kind of ass. So basically what his kit is it's all about grappling. Now, I remember when I first played this game, believe it or not, like Season 0, like when I first picked up the game last year, I was a Pathfinder man. So I just thought the idea of grappling around the map was so cool. And it still is. It's a really cool moveset idea. But he's also a movement legend because his ult is a zip line. Like, you see these zip lines? It's one of those. Basically, your whole team can hit this. Say you need to get to an area fast, or you want to push your team. You can throw your zip line, take it like anybody else would, and then you can just start shooting the team. Maybe do a few zip line jumps. Yeah, I can come in. I mean, I see a lot of people. Most people use Pathfinders like grapple to like get out of storm or get like a height advantage on people. But basically, he's just a really good movement legend. I know a lot of big name YouTubers use Pathfinder just because he's so fun. He's so like engaging in firefights. You know what I mean? Especially from your point of view, to the enemy team. I mean, it looks kind of scuffed when he zip lines or like when he grapples. But like how satisfying it is to like learn the grapple. Like, learn how to grapple properly with, like, Pathfinder and be able to use it properly. Like, if you've ever seen somebody use Pathfinder to grapple, like, properly, it's kind of bonkers how crazy they use it in a firefight. Like how crazy these like top tier like named YouTubers will just like zip line, like hit a zip line like right here and then start lasering people and they'll like zip line out. It's crazy. There's not really much else to him. I mean, his passive is just hits his, like if he hits a survey beacon, he just gets his ultimate immediately. Kind of like how if Watson, you hit her, you get an ultimate accelerant, it automatically gives you her ultimate. Yeah, that's Pathfinder. Next up is Wraith. Still the best ranked character in the game. In my opinion, Wraith used properly is kind of beast. So basically, Wraith is like a phasing legend, and what I mean by phasing is like basically she can phase in and out through these dimensions with her tactical, which makes her invincible and like no one can attack her, but it does leave like a trail behind. So like if you're in a fight, like they're gonna know where you're going, but they just can't shoot at you. So it's really good to get out of firefights, but also you don't take any damage from like the storm or caustic gas or anything like that. So like if you want to flank a team but they have everything gassed up, like caustic throws his ultimate, you want to portal, like you can portal. So basically say like caustic throws his ultimate here.
Right here.
So caustic gas is right here. I can't get through this unless I'm gonna get attacked. They're on the other side healing. What I can do is I can activate my ultimate,
Punching a tunnel.
go into phase, pass through that caustic gas, and place my portal on the other side. Now my team has a gateway through this caustic ultimate to this other team. You know, that's just one use of Wraith. Like, a lot of people think Wraith's ultimate's kind of bad, you know, but you gotta use it for the right situations. You know, you can use this and like the same situation. Say like you're trapped in the storm or you're like on a cliff. Say this is like a cliff and you have to go around. So say like there's a cliff right here and I need to get to the other side of the cliff to get into the storm. You know, hit your phase, you go around the cliff, and then boom, you place your, you know, and your teammate has a direct connection. That's what I've written, like, you know, yeah, it's for right situations, like, you know, or you could put it in like a, say I'm in a fight, and I want a way to like get back and be able to heal. Oh, the ultimate's gone now. So say you're in like a firefight, you know, you're taking a lot of hits, you know, you hit her ultimate, you go back to the secure location, and you heal up, you know. But I've also seen some crazy stuff where people like put Watson traps and like somebody like falls in. It's like a fly trap. It's kind of crazy. I've never really found use for her ultimate or her passive. I mean, where basically like people can like talk, like basically like if you're getting shot at or people are near you, like voices will start talking to her and like warning you. I've never actually experienced this in game. I know it's kind of crazy, but I don't really ever play Wraith to begin with, let alone ever experience her passive. So I mean, I'm sure it is like, of course it's of use, letting know if anyone's trying to push you. But I just don't really ever play Wraith. She's not my type of character. I mean, she's a good legend, but I just don't like playing her all that much. I like something that gets you like into the action, you know, something that helps you during the firefight, not something that's going to get you out of the firefight. I like something like Octane Stim. You know, Octane Stim just makes you run faster. But you know, you can also use it to flank quicker. Say you need to like, you know, but we'll get to that when we get to Octane. The next legend we're talking about is Bangalore.
Time to drop, shock, and rock.
Bangalore is pretty like basic. I think what most people tell you is that if you want to get someone into Apex, have them play Bangalore. I think she's the most basic as a legend can get, but she's still good. So basically her passive is if you're getting shot at, you basically get like an Octane Stim for a very short amount of time. So basically you run faster. So say he's shooting at me, he misses me, you'll see a little running icon on your screen and you'll like run faster. But she can also throw smokes out anywhere in this, like, so you can either throw a smoke on you or a smoke or a smoke on you to like protect you, or a smoke at your enemy to blind them. So like this enemy, so say we're in a fight. This enemy can't see me, right? But I can see the enemy as Bangalore. But I mean, like a real game, a Bangalore will be able to see it like through her smoke. But like since I have a hollow sight, you know, I can just like see your enemy. The only problem I could see with this is if someone has a hollow sight. Hollow sights you can see through Bangalore smoke. But, you know, what most people use this for is obviously for, you know, healing, stuff like that. So basically heal, cover up enemies' eyesight. You can double up to make it even more thick. So basically if you want a really thick gas, you can use both her gases at the same time to thick the gas up. Which, I mean, is pretty good. I mean, it's really... I mean, it's useful for certain situations where, like, every legend is. But I feel like this, you can use it to get out of a situation. You can use it to push. It's very versatile. Like, it also deals damage, like, if you impact somebody with the, like, the grenade that comes out of it. So, if someone hits the explosion when it goes off, you know, they take damage. They take impact damage. Okay, so this is Bangalore's ultimate. Now, it's unlike Gibraltar's ulti, like, you know, I was talking about Bangalore's ultimate earlier. Unlike Gibby's ultimate, hers
Already on my mark, firing for effect. Incoming!
Is a giant missile array that takes a minute to explode, but when it does, it hits hard. So basically, when you throw the grenade, the area in front of the grenade, not on it, the area in front of where you throw the grenade, there's like a giant minefield. So say you're like in a field fight and the enemy below you are in like this giant open field, something in like Olympus, not much in World's Edge. So you chuck that and just missiles rain down. They have to get out of there or else they're going to start taking damage, right? Or you can use this as like a pushing away tool to like escape. Say someone's trying to come, let's say you're getting rushed, throw that ultimate down, your missiles are coming down. They're not going to want to be in that. They're not going to want to be in that. You know, they're going to push back. They're not going to rush you. That gives you time to heal, that gives you time to run away, or that gives you time to like, you know, focus, like get a plan together, reload, do whatever you got to do. Then we have Caustic.
That was
Now, I'm a Caustic main. I like main 3 main characters. That's Caustic, Octane, and Crypto. Those are my 3 characters that I play a lot. But basically, Caustic is like a great. The only counter to Caustic I can really see is another Caustic, because any gas, his ultimate, his tactical, any gas. If you have another Caustic, they're not affected by your gas. So say this is a Caustic, I throw my trap down.
And waiting.
You know, I mean, he's taking damage, but if this was another Caustic, he'd be taking no damage. The best thing about, like, the only bad thing about firing range is that it doesn't show the actual effects. But Caustic can see into his gas. If anyone's being hit by his gas and he's, like, in a certain enough range, he can, like, see them. They'd be outlining green. That's how I've actually gotten a few kills in the train mode. You know, I've thrown down my gas. I've seen somebody through the walls in my gas. You know, clearly low because they, you know, my gas, because the gas, you know, takes a lot of their health away, so they're trying to heal. I come out with my, you know, my R99 or something, and you know, something like that, lasering them, and then they're dead. You know, you can place, I think, up to 6 of these at a time. Yeah, you can place up to 6 of these at a time. You have to wait for them to reload, though. So you could, like, I mean, obviously, he's a defensive character. He's really good for locking down a building. I mean, you can block doors and stuff with his gas traps. But his ultimate is high-key, probably the best. Or one of my favorite ultimate in the game. So what his ultimate is, it's a giant gas grenade bomb. So basically, like, it's a giant smoke, like, bomb
Gas cloud
and it
deployed.
just, but it does a lot of damage. The more you're in it, the more gradual damage you take. Up to 12 hits. The more you're in it, the more gradual the damage is. Up to 12 hits per tick, which I mean, that's a lot of damage per tick. You know, like look at this guy. The part that's in like the light purplish, that's his health. What I have to do is shield goes away pretty fast. It's your health you gotta be worried about. So say like this guy, he has no shield, he tries to push me, and he hits my gas trap. Say he somehow gets trapped up in my gas. Look at his health. Kicks away. You know, I think the more gas there is, the more damage it does. Up to 13 damage. Like, look, this guy's dead. The gas doesn't eat. It doesn't eat through your shield. It eats through your health, which is way more important. You always want to keep your health up, because that health is your last line of defense. After your shield's taken out, your health, that's your, you gotta protect that health. Because when that hits 0, you get knocked, and you're very vulnerable when you're knocked. Especially if you're playing at a high level, like a high competitive level, you're just gonna get thirsted. Because, I mean, that also happens a lot in pubs. If you go down, most of the time the people will just thirst you for the kill. So, you don't really want to go down a lot. Unless you're with someone like Lifeline. Oh, excuse me. Or Mirage. So there you go, Caustic. Next we have...
Here I come. Mirage to the rescue. After being rescued.
Mirage is the Bamboozle legend. He's like somebody that messes with you. So basically, when you play Mirage, you kind of have to be like, Mirage is a character that you have to be really skilled with. If you don't really understand how to play Mirage, he's not gonna be a good legend for you. But if you know how to use him properly and really use him to his full potential, he can really change the tide of a battle. I think he's one of the only legends that can really do that. That can really, change the side of a battle like that. I think only maybe 3 or 4 legends can really do that. And that's like Gibby, Bloodhound if he's used properly, or like Crypto and Revenant. These are like the only really big legends that can really change the tide of a battle that steeply. And basically what I mean is he throws out these copies.
Fool him.
Basically what this copy is, I mean, it doesn't have these little particle effects around it, but what this is if anyone shoots at this, you'll immediately know their location. They'll immediately, their location's revealed. But also they have health now, so you're not gonna immediately know that it's the fake one until it starts flashing when it's about to run out of, when it's about to fade away. His ultimate, well, so basically say you're rushing, you're getting shot at, I'm gonna die. Boom. You have, what is that? 5 decoys plus you running around the battle. Now no one knows which is the real one. They're all mimicking each other. Which one's the real one? And then you suddenly come out with a gun. And, you can confusing the enemy. They're trying to figure out what's the real Mirage. They're trying to figure out which Mirage is the real one. They're shooting at your decoys, while your enemy can, this is really good to, like, get someone's focus as a Mirage. I think Mirage is really best to draw focus away from your teammates and on to your decoys. That's why I said he can really change the tide of a battle. If you pop your ulti, people are gonna want to you know, it's gonna sidetrack your enemies. Or if you throw out a decoy, see when someone's getting shot at and you throw out a decoy to like act like you're gonna go protect them or something. Those moments when Mirage really comes in clutch, you know, you really feel proud of yourself if you learn how to play Mirage properly. Especially, I mean, his passive's pretty good tool. Basically, I feel like he's reviving someone, he becomes invisible. Or if he's like using a respawn beacon, he becomes invisible. Completely invisible. Like, I've had this moment. I think this is like my best Apex moment. The craziest one I've ever experienced. Basically, I'm playing duos with this Loba, and I'm Mirage. She gets knocked. I res her, and while I'm resing her, I see because I have a gold backpack, so I'm sitting here resing her, and while I'm resing, I see this Watson just walk past my screen, completely oblivious that there was a whole duo right next to her that she completely missed. And I'm sure you guess what happened after, you know, we got up. We lasered her and she got knocked, you know, she died. She was a solo. That kind of stuff, kind of bonkers with Mirage. So after Mirage, we have my personal favorite legend, Octane. I'm stupid. So basically, Octane, he is the fast legend. This guy, I think, he's my favorite, and he's a really fun legend to play. If you look at any Apex tier list, he's usually C, D tier, but to me, he's S tier, bro. Octane is probably the funnest legend to play. Mostly because of his one core power is his stim. Basically, it ups your running speed when you have a gun out by 30%. When it's, you know, when you have your gun holstered, 40%. Let me show you what that's like. Speed, you know, I mean, it takes a chip off your health, but to help with that health that your stim takes off, Octane slowly regenerates health, and that was buffed this season to regenerate more health per tick. So your stim, you know, you stim, and it comes back in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in about 5 seconds, you have your health back after stimming. You know. And that's his passive. His passive is health regeneration. But his ultimate is probably the greatest mobility thing you have. It's a giant bounce pad. Like at large distances. I mean, you could do some crazy stuff with this. You can throw grenades and stuff off of it. Or not like that. Not like that. Like this.
Frag out.
Like you can launch grenades and stuff off of this.
Grenade out.
It's like Horizon's ult. So say you're trying to get grenades at a farther distance. If you can hit them right like me.
Grenade out. Arcstar. Throw an Arcstar. Eat thermite. Thermite grenade.
Yeah, that's Octane. Next we have Watson. This is the Season 2 legend. She is the first defensive legend to be, you know, added to the pool after, of course, the original 8. So basically what Horizon does is her passive allows her to carry multiple ultimate accelerants. And the best thing about that is instead of like healing about a third or a fourth of your ultimate, if Horizon uses an ultimate accelerant, as you can see, instead of a normal ultimate accelerant, you see how it's shocking? She immediately gains her ultimate. So this can come in clutch really in a battle for the main reason that, so let me just show you. So let me place down her ult and switch to Gibraltar.
Combat's too noisy. Shush now.
Here comes Gibraltar.
Switch to Gibraltar. and I throw my ultimate
Rain
down.
down some destruction.
Any stuff that tries to come and hit, basically anything that comes in this certain field, just gets destroyed. Like, look, it just, everything's destroyed. So if we get, you know, if someone tries to throw a Gibraltar ult on us, we're good. She can create these little pylons that are supercharged when her, when her,
setting a fence.
Like when her ultimate's out, her fences become supercharged. You can place a bunch of them.
Laying fences. Setting a fence. Fence in position. Fence placed. Laying fences.
So basically, like, we're healing. Boom. This whole area is now, you know, fenced up with my ultimate. Now, of course, it has a timer, but it does last for a good while. But after this is gone, I think some of them break to compensate for the loss of the loss of it. Oh well, I was wrong. So you see how much her ultimate does. Like it charges people's shields. Like Watson used in a correct way can, like, she's almost one of the best legends in the game, and actually she's like one of the most picked. Like when you see ranked, like high tier ranked, there's almost guaranteed to be a Watson on that team, because her kit is just so good, especially if you can stack up on ultimate accelerants. So you see it says restore 35% of the energy ultimate. Just get it immediately. Like, look, I already have it again. Place it again, because it doesn't hurt to have it out. And look,
sweet silence.
Boom.
Playing with fences.
Now I get a whole new, you know, I get a bunch of more pylons. Look, I can just extend this.
Fence deployed.
Look at how crazy this is. Look at this. I got this whole area just blocked off.
And fencing. Fence deployed.
So there's Watson, and next we have my second favorite character, Crypto.
Thanks for not giving up on me.
Crypto So Crypto is basically he's the season 3 legend, and he is a very, very good recon character. Essentially what he does is he's like a mobile bloodhound. So what most people think of Crypto is just a guy who sits in the back, throws out his drone, and flies around and scans people, which is what he does. He can scan people. His drone's very versatile. He can scan people. You know, now my whole team can see this guy, right? Since I have him scanned, my whole team can see this guy. It's like Bloodhound's effects, but as long as I have him in a certain radius, as long as I have him in this 30-meter radius, I think it is. Yeah, it's like a 30-meter radius. I can see him. Also, any banners around the map, and a 200-meter radius of Crypto's body, like his actual body, 200 meters, these banners will tell you if there's any squads near you, and you can ping them to let your team know if there's any, teams near you, in a 200-meter radius, which is pretty far. Like, I can't even reach it. with just my crypto drone. Like 200 meters is like here, like it's like almost this entire size of this training room. So it's a big field, which really gives you a which really helps you understand, like, you know, how many people are near you. That can help you, you know, prepare. If you know there's people near you, you can bunker up an area. You know, get ready for a fight, which you most likely will get.
Signaling my drone back.
Logged
off my drone.
Now, Crypto's ultimate can be used of one of two ways. As a way to rush the enemy, or a way to get the enemy to back off from you. Now, I learned this from a friend of mine who taught me this. Is that Crypto is a very versatile legend. A lot of people like to downplay Crypto and his like, you know, how good he can play. But like I said, Crypto is also one of the, you know, legends that can really change the tide of a fight. For one reason, L1R1 activates an EMP. Anybody caught within this EMP, their shield is taken down by half. Half their shield gone. Like I said, you want to keep that shield up because that's your defense before you start losing health. And when you start losing health, you're about to die. Like just look on the tide of kill with the Prowler, which I know is a really good gun, but still, look at this. 1, 2. So about 2 seconds, right? It takes about 2 seconds-ish to kill someone with the Prowler if you laser them without missing a shot. Let's just, you know, and this can also be used to back someone off, because if you're in your drone's area, you know, you also take some shit damage. So I've used this before too, and this has won me games, mind you, this strat. So say you're low and an enemy tries to push you, or the squad tries to push you. Well, what I've done is I've had my crypto drone set up into some place. I see somebody, activate my ultimate with me in there while I'm healing. Now, they're gonna back off because they don't want to, you know, they just lost shield. They're gonna go back and heal. That's the main instinct of people like that, is they want to get back and heal. So that's what they're gonna do. The first thing they want to do is get back and heal, and that gives you time to heal, res, do whatever you gotta do. It's called a self EMP. You know, EMPs are very versatile. They can be used a lot of ways. They're really good for third partying, stuff like that. And that's mainly Crypto. I mean, he's a lot deeper, of course. I mean, a lot of these legends, you really gotta play him to, you know, to show, like, you know, me just sitting here like telling you about his abilities and like strats to use them. Yeah, it doesn't really cut the surface of how great these legends are. You know, actual fight scenarios that you'd experience with these characters. The next character is Revenant.
Why can't I just die already?
Revenant is the Season 4 legend, and he is pretty mediocre. I think his kit's really unique.
I'm leaving the others a souvenir.
But basically his passive is that he crouch walks faster. As you can see, I'm walking way faster. Crouch walking way faster. And I also climb walls faster and higher, I think. Oh, you just climb higher. I'm sorry. You know, but his tactical is a like kind of grenade launcher-ish that cancels out people's passives, tacticals, and ultimates for 15 to 20 seconds. Let me see how much it is exactly. 20 seconds. Now let me remind you, 20 seconds in Apex, that's game changing. Like, I should have put Revenant on there, but like, if you have a Gibby and he has his ultimate ready and a team's pushing you and Revenant hits you with his ultimate, you're locked out of your dome shield, your shield that blocks you and your arm. or Lifeline. Lifeline, you know, she's trying to res her teammate. You know, she gets hit with that. That teammate ain't getting res. Lifeline has to res them the normal way now. At least unless she has to wait for 20 seconds. And that 20 seconds, that person can get thirsted. You know, you, the Lifeline, can get knocked. Your other teammate can get knocked. A lot can happen in those 20 seconds. And in those 20 seconds, you can't throw your heal drone. No care packages. No nothing. Same with someone like Crypto. Crypto, he gets hit with it. No access to his drone at all. His drone stays up. Like wherever the drone is, it will stay there. But he can't move it. He can't EMP. He can't do nothing. So, I mean, it's pretty useful. Why I said he's mediocre is because, like, you know, it is game changing, but most of the time, you know, you have to really coordinate with a team to be able to use your abilities correctly, especially with his ultimate, Death Totem. Death Totem, you have to be, so basically here's what Death Totem does, right? It summons this little tome, right? Now, if you activate Death Protection, what it does is it puts you in this state, basically, where you get 2 lives, basically. Basically, what the teammate, basically what you do is, you don't have any shield, basically, in this mode. You only have health, but if your health goes down, you get sent back to the Death Totem with 50% of your health and all your shield still. But if you get sent to the Death Totem without dying, all the damage that you taken in this form will still stay, and you won't be like taken back to the Death Totem. That 50% only happens if you if you go back to the Death Totem. Otherwise, any damage that you taken will still remain. I mean, it's risky, but you know, it's obviously really, really good for pushing. Like, if you know, deal a lot of damage in your Death Totem forms, and then come back and finish up the job, essentially. So if you have a Revenant on your team and knows what he's doing, yeah, I mean, you're gonna probably, you know, if you can coordinate and you have a really good Revenant, yeah, you're probably gonna win, actually. You know? Well, of course, it depends on what loot you have and, you know, what the other legends are. Because the whole game's about, you know, cooperating together and using your abilities to fight the other teams. Now, I don't own Loba or Rampart, but I'll just give you a quick rundown. Loba basically is a looting legend. Her passive allows her to see gold and purple items. Her tactical allows her to throw a teleporting ring, and her ultimate allows her to collect 2 things in a certain radius. Anything, it could be armor, you know, any sort of item besides ammo. Ammo is like you can grab as much ammo as you want. Rampart is the season 6 legend. Her passive allows her to reload and carry more ammo and LMGs. So that means L-Star. I mean, L-Star doesn't really care, but it's more like the Devotion and the Spitfire carry more ammo, and she reloads them faster. Tactical is like a wall. Any damage that comes to you gets blocked, but any damage you send outwards, I think, is amped. So basically, it does more damage. And her ultimate is a giant minigun, where how you can laser people with this minigun. So if you have a minigun set up right in a certain location, like say in the Winter Express mode, you're in one of the train cars, and you have Sheila up, you're just gonna the one that just came out.
I guess it was only a flesh wound.
She, I'd say in the top 3 assault characters right now, she is bonkers in the kit. So basically, she has this airlift that can launch you into the air, and basically her whole thing is air control. So she has she has that air control on her side. When she lands, she doesn't stall when she hits the ground. So if you jump from a really tall height, let me show you. If you jump from any sort of height, anything that would normally stall a legend when they hit the ground doesn't happen to Horizon. Horizon, when she hits the ground, just can immediately start moving again. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know what's really going on with the stream. I should probably check it. But her ultimate. If I can find an ultimate accelerant here. Her ultimate is basically a giant black hole that sucks people into it. Which you can do. You can do whatever you want. I mean, you can. You know, it's very useful. You can drag people out of cover with it. You can, throw a bunch of grenades. So say, like, I got a bunch of grenades. I can just throw a bunch of grenades in here. See what I mean? I can throw a bunch of grenades. Stuff like that. So basically, that's every legend in the game. I just wanted to give you guys a quick rundown of every single legend. Now I'm going to do some quiet gameplay. I'm not going to be talking. I'm going to shut my mic off and I'm just going to play the LTM. So I'll probably ping where I actually start playing the game in the description. So yep, I'm going to shut my mic off and then I'm going to play the LTM.
You've arrived at my Winter Express. Land.
This outfit could use some high-caliber accessories.
Off the grid is the only secure way to go.
I make this look good. I'm literally this hair, this face. Oh, come on. Hey, look, it's your champion. Anyone want to take me out? Come find me. I'll buy the drinks.
Hold the train and acquire the most points.
Making a pit stop. This place needs to know what we'll be picking up. Me. Or who.
Please mind the gap in the and have a pleasant day. At least one other squad has boarded the train.
Wow, first blood already. Who was it? You got bamboozled.
We're not the only squad on the train.
Reloading.
Recharging shields.
One way to make memories. Sending out my decoy. Getting to it. Reload.
At least one other squad has boarded the train.
Alright, frag out. Match is almost over. It's like me and sultry AI voice. Oh, you had your chance.
You are not the only squad.
Bamboozles with boozles. Yeah, I said it. Sorry, kids. The train has been claimed. You know that rhymes?
Give me a second.
You got bamboozled. Reloading. Train's moving. Better get on it. Fast. my shields are recharging. Patch myself up. There's one, right here. Get out there and bamboozle. The train is stopping at this station. Pretty literal. Sorry, kids, the train has been claimed. You know that rhymes? Kinda, sorta. Train's moving. Better get on it. Take out the decoy.
Reloading. Just right in position. Come with me. Over here.
Bam to the woozle. Sending out a decoy.
Getting an extra pair of eyes. Activating hardware reboot. I see them. Be prepared. And then, wards off my drone. Taking fire.
At least one other squad has boarded.
Shots fired and they're hitting. Hey, new kill leader.
You are not the only squad on the train.
Contact with target.
Last squad standing means they win this round. And they did it doing what they love best. Eliminating their friends, confidants, and some may dare say family until none of them were left. Happy holidays, one and all. Okay, train is moving. Keep your arms and legs inside at all times, because this thing is really not insured.
Auto respawn with full gear in effect.
Got one spotted. Getting shot at.
Taking fire.
Recharging shields.
Recharging shields.
There's one right here. Fired and they're hitting me. Giving my shields a recharge. Train is stopping at this station. No one will find you. Pretty literal. to the woozle. Sending out a decoy.
Reloading.
Rack up those points, because someone's close to winning. Getting shot at.
This way. This way.
I'm charging shields.
Join me in the shadows. I'm back at the totem. You're on your own.
Reloading. Frag out. Bam. There goes a boost. No boost. Something like that.
Show you up real good.
Time's running out. You won. Got our champion. That was a close one. Attention, legends! And yes, that includes you, Pathfinder. Welcome to Mirage's Winter Express.
I only trust whom I have to trust. Let's keep it at that.
Just give me a shot and I'll shine like the sun.
I got the need for speed.
And now a word from your champion.
If I know who you are, so do they. Break the rules and you're gone.
Capture the train to acquire the most points.
Eye in the sky. I'm back. Logged off my drone.
Taking fire.
Just like that, we got first blood. Reloading.
Taking fire, brother.
You can run, you can hide, but you can't escape yourself.
Top of the train for a moment.
Please mind the gap as you exit and have
Getting shot at.
at least one other squad has boarded the train.
Recharging the shields.
My accuracy is getting better every day, right? The match is almost over. Just like me and sultry AI voice. Oh, you had your chance. One lucky squad has captured the train. The rest of you, start walking. Attention, my lovely people. The train has started moving.
Legend now auto-respawning with full gear.
Kill leader? Not for long, pal. Enemy over there.
Train stopping. The match is almost over. Just like me and sultry AI voice. Oh, you have
Squad on the train.
capture the train, but they're the only ones left. So, I guess that's one way to do it. Hurry, the choo-choo train is moving. Huh? What? Everyone says choo-choo train. A train's a short breed. What baby calls it that? No baby I've met.
Taking fire!
Got a bad guy. No Bamboozle has enough points to win. captured the train. Hurry, the choo-choo train is moving. And you... Huh? Everyone says choo-choo train. Train's the short version. What baby calls it that? No baby I've ever met. Choo-choo. Adults call it choo-choo train. Making a pit stop. Never know what we'll be picking up. Or who. Bad guy over there.
Taking fire. Train's pulled in at the station. Old Painless knocking at the door.
You snooze, you lose. Somebody captured the train. Send it a decoy. This is how it goes. You win, you lose, you die. You know, I guess that's it. You got bamboozled, look at you.